Hello and welcome. How are you doing? Today I like to show you that how to replace this engine oil in this Toyota Corolla 1.6 or 1.8 liter engine, and also there is 1.3 liter engine, and now I am talking these year models what are in 1991 to 1999. And this is this excellent quality A series engine what can last huge amount of miles and kilometers. And this engine oil replace is very nice and happy thing, because then we always know that what kind of oil we have. And now I have installed in here the best oil in Toyota engines, and this is advanced fuel economy 0 to 20 oil, and it is excellent oil. It is same quality oil what those newest brand new Toyota Corollas and Toyota's hybrid car and Lexus cars use. And that's, I think that this is the best choice also in that old car, and it works really well. But of course we can use a little bit cheaper oils like Mobil 1 oil, what is also in full synthetic, very good oil. And then I have here third best solution, what is this Ford cars full synthetic oil, and this is also good choice, but this Toyota is the best one, that oil, and that I can recommend. And you will get that oil in the nearest Toyota dealership center, and then this engine is very happy. And then I will show also in later that how to replace this oil filter, and in that model it is a little bit difficult, but in later part I will show that thing. Okay, and then when we start to replace this oil, first thing is of course to take our this oil drain out both away, and for that job we need also this oil waste canister, because we have this old oil, and I installed that in below of this engine area, because this waste oil is very harmful our environment, and that we need to drain first those oils in that canister and then to waste management box and canister. And then I lift up this car and we go to look this engine's below and bottom area. Okay, and then we need to go in somehow in this below of this car, or then if we have possibility we can lift up this car using this hoist. And now I will lift up this car using my hoist. Okay, cool. And now engine is a little bit up, and we can look in here below of this engine area, and then we can install also this our this oil waste canister in right place, and then we look in there a little bit down, and next we look that where is this oil base sump, and it is just in here. And next we look that little bit closer. Okay, and here we can see then this our target area, and this is oil oil base sump, and that bolt, this is oil drain out bolt, and when we open that bolt, then those old oils comes out. And for that opening we need this 14 millimeter socket and that neck. And here is this socket. What size is this? 14 millimeters, and it looks that. And then we need also a little bit longer bar that we can open that bolt. And I insert that my tool in that way, and then I start to rotate that in that anti-clockwise. Or actually, this is anti-clockwise, yeah. And now when I rotate, it opens, and then I rotate a little bit, and then it's free. And next I can take my hand. There is this near view of this bolt, and I start to rotate that using my hand. And then when it is open, I need to take this waste canister box, what is in here, because quite soon oil is coming out. I open, and soon, and now this final part is, and there is oil coming. Okay, good. And then I need to wait something like 5 minutes that oil dry, all oil has dried out, and we can look that where this oil is going, and it's going in that my box. And we can see that this old oil is totally black, and black means that it is quite old and bad quality oil. Okay, but soon I will add new oil, and remember, this is harmful. Do not eat or do anything. Please recycle that oil. And then a little bit move my box. Okay, and then check that all oils goes to this right bottle. And then we need to wait like a couple of minutes, and then we continue. Okay, and then it's good to clean this oil dry bolt. I have here cotton cloth, and this cleaning happens so that we take first this oil dry sealant out. What I am now, this is this part in here, what I am planning to take out, and then it's good to always, when we replace these oils, it's good to always purchase that oil dry bolt gasket, and it's good to purchase new one. And we can find these best quality parts in the nearest Toyota dealership center, and that cost about $1 to $2 or euros per piece. And then it's good to also clean that bolt and check that there is no any metallic particles. If you could find in here any metallic particles, then you might have issue in your engine, because metal is bad always with oil. Okay, and then I insert that gasket back, and this is now ready for this installation. It's clean, also that area, please clean that no any dust is. And then we go to install that bolt back. Okay, and there is some dropping in here, and that's it good to be this cotton cloth. And we clean that hole carefully, but it must be clean, and always clean particles in here. And now it's clean, and then we take that our bolt, what is in here, and I insert that in back, and in that way, and then I check that is this in right row, and then I rotate that bolt back. And then this is important part. take this cotton cloth and clean that oil sump in all areas. Because if this is dirty, then this oil cooling system don't work so well. Because this oil sump, it cools that engine oil about 20%. Because here is going airflow 100 miles per hour or 60 miles per hour and 100 kilometers. And it cools that engine oil. And when we have cooler oil, then cooler oil lubricates better bearings and those piston parts. That's always remember to clean that area like so shiny then that my oil sump is. Okay, and then we need to of course fasten that bolt. I take my this tool, and first I fasten that bolt so that only my hand in that way, that I rotate that, and then I fasten a little bit more. And final step is to do with moment tool. And moment tool, this Toyota tool is a specific tool what gives to us that right fastening and tightening force to that bolt. And that's I use in here force what is 60 Newton meters. It is scale in here, or 45 lbf foot. And I insert my 40mm socket in here, and then we make that when this my Toyota tool says click. Okay. Now click means that force is okay, and this bolt is in well place. Good. And then we go to, of course, to add new oil, and I lift down this car body next down. Okay, and then when we are planning to add this oil, it's good to, before of that, it is good to replace this engine oil filter. What location is in there? And there is a couple of things to do, and let's go to look that then. Okay, and then this oil filter's location is there. Now we can maybe see it is in here, and I have to say that this filter is quite difficult to open. I think that this is maybe the most difficult what I have seen in long time, and we need this kind of special oil filter replace tool what works so that cost about €4 or $5, and we need also wrench, and there is this socket what fits in that hole in here, the central area, in that way. And then we can rotate that our wheel, and then I insert that socket in here. An idea is that when I move my wrench, then this part opens this oil filter. And this oil filter size is in here inside 65 millimeters. Okay, and first I need to of course insert that my filter in this this filter opening tool to this filter, and it is in here. An idea is that there are those corners in here inside, and these corners take right contact to this oil filter what is in here. Okay, and then I insert first that tool in there, and then there is idea that I need to hammer a little bit that. Okay, now it is, this tool is in place, and then I need to little bit hammer that tool that it goes deeper. There is this, there we can see that there is this filter in there, and then this tool, and then I need to little bit tap that tool that it becomes tight. And here is my hammer, and I little bit hammer that, and then be carefully. This is radiator, it is really sensitive part. Do not hammer that. Okay, now my tool drops and I take back. It is back in here and I clean a little bit that because it is oily. Okay, and then new try. Okay. And this is the tricky part. That this is not so easy to. It's not so easy to install that tool. But I try again, and let's look closer. Okay, and there is this this oil filter, and there is this tool, and then I need to somehow manage to a little bit press that, and I take my tool, I insert that in here, and then I think that could I open that? Okay, and this seems to be quite tight, that, and I check that is this my turning rotation right. Okay, maybe I am. Now I think that because this opens normally in clockwise, and that means that I need to open that in this direction, or actually in clockwise, that in that way. Yeah, this is the. Okay, now okay, and this is difficult task, but I continue, and we soon continue when this filter is open. Okay, so finally I managed to open that filter because it was so tight. An idea is that when we open this filter, it is always anti-clockwise, in that way that I move that my tool in here, from here to here. And next I a little bit show that when I rotate that, my tool, we can see that this filter moves good, and then it's also good to insert this oil-faced canister in below of this car body in there, because quite soon there is coming oil in that leak for this between engine and oil filter, and soon there is coming oil, and I take this tool now away. First that part, and then I rotate that in here, and finally, okay, and here we have this oil filter. Okay, good. And there we have this oil filter, and then we can go to look that closer. Okay, and here we have new oil filter, and it is always to good use this Toyota's original filter, but now I don't have this original filter, and this AMC is quite okay. Quite okay filter, what works okay. It is not quality as Toyota's filter, but it works. And first it's good to insert in this gasket in here little bit oil, this area, in that way that it is shiny, and engine oil same what we use, and then this is more lubricant, and then we can start to go install this oil filter back. Okay, and then important thing when we are planning to insert that oil filter, there is instructions that when I fasten and tighten that oil filter in that way, and then when it take contact, there is rule that I need to rotate. Where is this AMC logo? That I need to rotate and fasten that filter almost one turn. It is 3 and 4 turns. It goes in here, 1/4, second and third quarter, and that means that I need to rotate that AMC logo in here, that area. And then this filter is fine and well fastening and tighten. And there is the right torque reference moment. And we use only our hands. This is interesting thing with oil filters and this Toyota Corollas. Filters only hand. Okay, and let's go to insert that in this engine block. Okay, and there is this our target area where I need to insert that my oil filter, and now we can maybe look that we can see this bolt, this opposite bolt in there where I need to insert that my oil filter. Just in there central we can see just in there this oil filter bolt. What is in that one? In here, this is this target area, that one, what I am not now touching. This is this target area, and for that area I need to focus that hole. Okay, and it's good to see that in there is this target, and this is actually not so easy to insert, because we need to insert in that way and then start to rotate, because it is quite difficult, because this place is bad, and when I come in here carefully, I check that where is this hole. First I need to focus, of course, that where is this hole. Now it went right, and then I start to rotate that, and this is interesting because it don't take very easily those roots. Now I all time rotate, and then suddenly it takes contact. This is quite difficult, and I need to now concentrate a little bit, and then when I have managed to get that filter in here, we continue, because this is not so easy, and let's continue soon. Okay, and finally I managed to insert that filter in there, and now we can see that there is just in there central, and next I start to rotate that using my hand so much that this filter and engine body takes contact. In that way I rotate using my hands. Okay, and now when it takes this contact, there is the second rule that I need to rotate. There is actually very nicely this white AMC logo, that I need to rotate that AMC symbol and filter almost one total turn, and it was actually 75% of turns and 3 divided 4 turns. And let's go to rotate, and this is quite hard job, because this is quite heavy to rotate, but let's look. Okay, now I believe that it has been rotated this 75%, and now this oil filter replace is fine and end, and this is good. Okay, and then when this oil filter is in place and there is new filter, then we can start to drain in here this new oil, and I start that job so that I open that my oil add bolt, what is there, this black one, and let's go to look that closer. Okay, and there is this oil add bolt, this black one, and normally we can open that bolt using our hands, like then. This is quite tight, and then good hint that if you are so powerful fingers, we can always use tongs. And it happens now that carefully we use long tongs and we insert that in here, and then only a little bit movement and this opens so easily. Okay, and there is then this plastic cap, and then this hole in here, in that area, we are planning to next add this oil. And as I talked, I have here this excellent, the best oil what I can recommend. This is this Toyota's most advanced oil, full synthetic, the highest quality API levels, and it gives that my engine excellent lubrication. And there we need to add now this oil in. If we have this US engine, there is 4 liters and almost a little bit more than 1 gallon this oil, and in those smaller engines there is 3 liters. But the most important thing is that when we add in there this oil like 3 liters, then we start to measure in this oil measurement stick that how much we have added that oil. And here I start to grind in that way this oil in here, and this Toyota engine says to me that thank you, that kind of oil I need. And then I will add 3 similar bottles, and then we go to check that what is my oil level, and soon we continue. Okay, and then when I have added there this oil to this 3 liters and maybe more, it's time to start measure with this measurement stick that do we have enough oil. And the idea is that first we need to press that stick totally end, like in that way, a little bit force, and then we take that carefully in here, this part is important, and then clean cotton cloth, and we clean that stick totally in that way. And now we can see that it is totally clean, and here we have this measurement area. There is 2 letters, L and full. L like love, it is the end point, and there is this full line. An idea is that always this engine oil must be in full. And then I insert that my stick back because it is clean, and now we can get this measurement thing. And I take that out, and let's look what it gives. And we can see that this shiny area where this stick shines in different way, it is just in here. There is more oil, but now when we compare, this is clean, and then when I insert that again in there, let's check. I can see that this oil level is just in this. This is sometimes difficult to see, but I think that it should be in. Now it's empty, and then this is sometimes difficult to see when we have really good quality oils. I believe that now it's like clean. Then when I insert that again in there, let's look. Okay, it was right. There is this oil level in there. It is like full. And then I clean that again, and I insert that stick back in there, and that means that now we have enough oil. And then I insert that oil cap in here, and I clean those all extra oils in here. And then this fastening, remember, hint, only using hand. So well, like in one hand, then we could insert. No any tools or tongs. And this was the almost the final part. Final part is that we need to check that when we start that car engines, that there is no any leaks in this oil filter area or in here, and especially in below of this car. And next I start the engine, and then we look bottom area and also this oil filter area, that there is no any leaks. Okay, and now engine is running, and we need to go in this below of car area to look that is there any leaks in there. Okay, and then we check that can we see any dropping, and I can't see any dropping, and that means that very well situation, excellent wine. And then we check also this feed. Be careful that there it is dangerous, that this oil filter is working well, and there is no, I can't see any leaks, and that means that now everything is fine. Okay, and now this oil replace is done, and everything looks fine, and we can drive that car now this 10,000 kilometers or 7,000 miles, and then we can replace those all oils and filter again. And this was this information, and thank you for watching this video, and have a nice day to you.